Vietnam is one of the fastest-growing economies in the world, but it's also a global hotspot for counterfeit goods. As intellectual property theft shifts from street markets to digital platforms, brands are facing a new kind of threat: faster, smarter, and much harder to track. New laws are helping, but enforcement is still catching up. So the real question is traditional IP protection enough anymore, or do you need a new playbook? Vietnam has emerged as one of the fastest-growing economies in the world, with GDP growth consistently exceeding 6% annually over the past decade. Its population of over 100 million, combined with rapid urbanization and industrialization, is transforming it into a major global market. This sustained growth is positioning Vietnam as a critical hub in international trade and commerce. Vietnam's middle class is projected to reach 56 million people by 2030, creating a powerful and increasingly sophisticated consumer base. This surge in purchasing power is attracting global brands eager to establish a foothold. However, this same growth also creates new exposure to market-specific risks that companies must navigate carefully. Alongside economic expansion, Vietnam has developed a reputation as a significant hub for counterfeit goods. These activities span multiple industries, including apparel, electronics, pharmaceuticals, and consumer products. The scale and organization of these operations make them a systemic threat, rather than isolated incidents. Counterfeit goods do more than reduce revenue, they gradually erode consumer confidence in legitimate brands. When fake products circulate widely, consumers begin to question authenticity across the entire market. Over time, this damages brand equity and weakens long-term customer loyalty. Counterfeiting in Vietnam has evolved dramatically from physical street markets to digital platforms. What once took place in local markets is now happening across e-commerce sites and social media networks. This transition has significantly increased both speed and reach. Online marketplaces allow counterfeiters to operate at scale with minimal oversight and high levels of anonymity. Listings can be created, modified, and removed within hours, making enforcement more difficult. This dynamic environment reduces the effectiveness of traditional IP protection strategies. Counterfeit goods pose serious risks beyond financial loss, particularly in sectors like pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, and food products. These products can contain harmful or unregulated ingredients, leading to significant health consequences. Regulators are increasingly treating counterfeiting as both an economic and public safety issue. Vietnam's 2022 amendments to its intellectual property law represent a major step toward aligning with international standards. These reforms were influenced by agreements like the CPTPP and EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement. They introduce stronger mechanisms for addressing digital and cross-border infringement. Under the updated law, authorities now have the ability to block access to infringing websites and remove counterfeit listings. This provides rights holders with more direct enforcement tools. However, the effectiveness of these measures often depends on how consistently they are applied. The law now recognizes digital evidence, including metadata, blockchain records, and digital watermarks, as admissible in court. This reflects the growing importance of technology in IP enforcement. It also provides businesses with new ways to strengthen their legal claims. If your business operates across borders or relies on IP, this is where the risks are evolving fastest. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications to stay ahead of the legal changes shaping global markets. Online platforms can now face greater liability for counterfeit goods sold through their networks. This shift encourages platforms to take a more active role in monitoring and enforcement. It also creates new opportunities for collaboration between brands and marketplaces. Despite these legal advancements, enforcement in Vietnam remains inconsistent across regions and agencies. Courts are still building expertise in handling digital evidence in complex IP cases. Administrative delays can slow down meaningful action against infringers. Blockchain technology offers a powerful method for verifying authenticity and ownership. By creating tamper-proof records, it allows companies to track products from origin to sale. This strengthens both consumer confidence and legal enforceability. Brands are increasingly using QR codes linked to blockchain systems to allow consumers to verify authenticity instantly. This adds transparency directly at the point of purchase. It also empowers consumers to play a role in identifying counterfeit goods. Artificial intelligence is transforming how companies detect and respond to IP infringement. AI systems can scan millions of listings across platforms in real time. This enables faster identification and removal of counterfeit products. Advanced AI tools can recognize logos, packaging designs, and even subtle variations in branding. They can also detect misspellings and coded language used to avoid detection. This significantly improves the ability to identify hidden infringement. Digital watermarking embeds invisible identifiers into content, allowing for precise tracking even after modification. These watermarks survive compression and editing, making them highly reliable. They provide strong, court-admissible evidence in enforcement actions. Data analytics helps companies move beyond reactive enforcement to strategic decision-making. By analyzing patterns, businesses can identify hotspots and prioritize high-impact actions. This approach reduces costs while increasing effectiveness. Counterfeiting networks often operate across multiple countries, including Vietnam, China, and broader ASEAN markets. This interconnected structure makes enforcement more complex. Companies must adopt a regional strategy rather than treating each market in isolation. The future of IP protection in Vietnam requires a proactive and technology-driven approach. Companies must integrate legal strategies with digital tools to stay ahead of evolving threats. Those that act early will not only protect their assets, but also secure long-term growth in the market. If you're entering Vietnam or facing IP enforcement challenges, connect with our team, gamala.com/contact. Subscribe to this channel for more insights on digital assets, gaming, and cross-border IP. Click on the playlist here for more strategies on protecting your assets across borders.